Please don't bother the Archmage unless it's absolutely necessary. Well, that depends on what you're looking for. Beralda can teach destruction spells, and offers training in that school. Finis is one of the best conjurers in all of Skyrim, and can help with spells from that school. Don't let Tolfdir fool you. He's the preeminent scholar on alteration, one of the best in Tamriel, and always willing to pass on his knowledge. If you can find him and focus his attention, there's a great deal Drevis can teach you about illusion magic. And finally, there's Colette. She may be difficult to get along with. She's very knowledgeable when it comes to restoration magic. There are no expectations. This college is a place to study and practice magic freely. Hopefully any discoveries made in your pursuits will be shared with the members of the college first. That way we all benefit.
Dig, Dwemer, in the beyond. I'll know your lost unknown and rise to your depths. Ah, the ice entombs the heart, the bane of Kagranak and Degother. To harness it is to know the fundaments. The Dwemer lockbox hides it from me. The Elder Scroll gives insight deeper than the deep ones, though, to bring about the opening. I have seen enough to know their fabric, the warp of air, the weft of time. But no, it is not in my possession. Here. Well, here as in this plain, Mundus, Tamriel, nearby, relatively speaking. On the cosmological scale, well, it's all nearby. One block lifts the other. Septimus will give what you want, but you must bring him something in return. You see this masterwork of the Dwemer, deep inside their greatest knowings. Septimus is clever among men, but he is but an idiot child compared to the dullest of the Dwemer. Lucky then they left behind their own way of reading the Elder Scrolls. In the depths of Black Reach, one yet lies. Have you heard of Black Reach? Cast upon where Drimmer's city slept, the yearning spire hidden learnings kept. Under deep, below the dark, the hidden keep, Tower Mazak. Of Tand, the point of puncture, of first entry, of the tapping. Delve to its limits, and Black Reach lies just beyond. But not all can enter there. Only Septimus knows the hidden key to loose the lock, to jump beneath the deathly rock. Two things I have for you, two shapes. One edged, one round. The round one for tuning. Dwemer music is soft and subtle, and needed to open their cleverest gates. The edged lexicon for inscribing. To us, a hunk of metal. To the Dwemer, a full library of knowings, but empty. Find Mazak and its sky dome. The machinations there will read the scroll and lay the lore upon the cube. Trust Septimus. He knows you can know. The deepest doors of Dwemer listen for singing. It plays the attitude of notes proper for opening. Can you not hear it? Too low for hearings? To glimpse the world inside an Elder Scroll can damage the eyes or the mind, as it has to Septimus. The Dwemer found a loophole, as they always do, to focus the knowledge away and inside without harm. Place the lexicon into their contraption, and focus the knowings into it. When it brims with glow, bring it back, and Septimus can read once more. You look to your left, you see one way. You look to your right, you see another. But neither is any harder than the opposite. But the Elder Scrolls, they look left and right in the stream of time. The future and past are as one. Sometimes they even look up. What do they see then? What if they dive in? Then the madness begins. Ooh, an observant one. How clever to ask of Septimus. This Dwemer lockbox. Look upon it and wonder. Inside is the heart of a god, the heart of you and me. But it was hidden away, not by the dwarves, you see. They were already gone. Someone else, unseen, unknown, found the heart, and with a flair for the ironical, used dwarven trickery to lock it away. The scroll will give the deep vision needed to open it. For not even the strongest machinations of the Dwemer can hold off the all-sight given by an Elder Scroll. Dig, Dwemer in the beyond. I'll know your lost unknown and rise to your depths.
Kraldar's family was once very powerful in Winterhold. It's my honor to assist him even now.
Winterhold may not look impressive, but it has a very rich history. I'm afraid the Winterhold you see before you is somewhat underwhelming. I can assure you, though, that it was quite something in its prime. An early capital of Skyrim, you know. Sadly, the Oblivion Crisis took its toll on Winterhold, in more ways than one. Then, the Great Collapse swallowed most of our beloved city. Just about 80 years ago, there was a terrible disaster. The cliffs overlooking the Sea of Ghosts collapsed, taking most of Winterhold with them. In the middle of it all, the college was practically untouched. Many of the survivors were suspicious. Some believed the mages were behind the whole thing, and others felt they could have at least prevented it. Archmage Aaron assures me that his people had nothing to do with it, and I believe him. But Winterhold never recovered. You may have noticed the college just to the north there. Very prestigious place. Mages from all over Tamriel traveled here to seek knowledge. After the Oblivion Crisis was over, many felt that magic users were to blame. Elves, to be specific. It created a great deal of tension. A good many dark elves were driven from the city, and people became uncomfortable with the presence of the college. Goodness, no. They're simply scholars. They mean no one harm. I've had several conversations with Archmage Aaron over the years. Oh, he's perfectly polite, if a bit guarded. All right, then.
I'll sell just about anything if it's worth my time. I do what's necessary so we can get by. Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures. Until next time.
I'd be a lot warmer and a lot happier with a belly full of meat.
Hand over your valuables, or I'll gut you like a fish.
Don't you walk away from me.
Get up while you still can.
Mercy!
This is better than sitting around talking about magic, don't you think? Before you even ask, yes, I have an ancestry steeped in magic, and no, I don't want to talk about it. Yes, I know Winterhold used to be full of my kind, and no, I don't care that they're all gone now. Does that cover everything? No, I suppose we haven't. Brelyna Marion of House Telvanni. First of my family to leave Morrowind in a long time. Now I'm here to study conjuration. That's what's important. I know I don't like the way he looks at me. I can't tell if he expects me to blow myself up or to try and murder him, but he clearly doesn't trust any of us. Why? Because it's old and full of dead things? Clearly you've never spent any time in Morrowind. Not really. Just that it's very, very old. It was one of the first cities of men in Tamriel, I think. I'd better get going.
And here we all are. Shall we step inside? Good to see Skyrim still has such fine people. You give an old man hope. I can certainly share a bit of what I know. We're particularly interested in the prevalence of magical seals placed on the tombs here. It's rather unlike anything we've encountered. Anything at all that might be of interest. That's why I adore this location. We have no idea what we're going to find. And if along the way my message about the dangers of magic should happen to sink in for a few students, that would be a happy coincidence. All right. Please stay close to me while we're inside. It should be safe, but it's always better to be cautious. As some of you may know, Saarthal was one of the earliest Nord settlements in Skyrim. It was also the largest. Sacked by the elves in the infamous Night of Tears, not much is known about what happened to Saarthal. This is an exciting opportunity for us to be able to study such an early civilization and the magic they used.
This is exciting, isn't it?
Please be careful here. The site isn't entirely secured. Well, are there any questions before we begin? Ah, yes. Well, why don't you see if you can assist Arniel Gain? He's one of our scholars, here working on cataloging our finds. I expect he'd appreciate some help in locating any additional magical artifacts here in the ruins. Any enchanted items will do. The usefulness of the enchantment is irrelevant. If you find anything, the class can look it over. Now let's see. What shall we have the rest of you do? Brelyna, my dear, why don't you search for warding magics? Anything designed to keep people out. Don't interact with them, just identify them. All right, everyone. Let's be careful, but have fun.
I'm not seeing signs of any warding magics at all. Either they're not here, or they were removed long ago.
Please be careful here. The site isn't entirely secured.
Well, certainly none of this will benefit my research. What? Ah, yes, you. I remember you. You're going to help? That's fine. Just don't make a mess of my work. I've only looked through a portion of this section. You can look around in the chambers just north of here. Try and be careful, all right? We don't want to damage anything. He asked far too many questions about my research. I think the Thalmor are trying to steal my work. I haven't told him anything, of course. What I'm doing is far too important. Can't breathe a word of it. Just round up the rest of the magical artifacts so that I can catalog them. Uh-huh. It's going to take forever to sit through all this.
What in the world was that racket? Is everything all right? How in the world did that happen? Really? Perhaps the amulet is important somehow. Is there some way you can use it?
You see that? Some kind of resonance. You and the wall. It must be connected to the amulet.
I wonder what effect might your spells have. Please be careful here. Well, would you look at that? This appears to lead somewhere. Let's see where it goes. Please be careful here. The site isn't entirely secured. Well, this is highly unusual and very interesting. Why in the world would this be sealed off? What is this place?
Hold, mage, and listen well. Know that you have set in motion a chain of events that cannot be stopped. Judgment has not been passed, as you had no way of knowing. Judgment will be passed on your actions to come, and how you deal with the dangers ahead of you. This warning is passed to you because the Psijic Order believes in you. You, mage, and you alone, have the potential to prevent disaster. Take great care, and know that the Order is watching.
I swear I felt something rather strange just then. What just happened? I'm afraid I didn't see anything. Can you tell me more about what you saw? The Psijic Order? Are you quite sure about that? That's very odd. And danger ahead? Why, that doesn't make any sense at all. The Psijics have no connection to these ruins, and no one's seen any of their order in a long time. Perhaps we should take a look inside these coffins. Now, please do be careful. Who knows what we're going to find? They were a group of mages with a history that predates the Empire. Very powerful, very secretive. No one's seen them in well over 100 years. They vanished, along with their sanctuary on the Isle of Artaeum. I have no idea what connection they'd have to this place. I have no idea, but it's fascinating. Assuming it's true, of course. The Isle of Artaeum disappeared over 100 years ago, and no one has seen them since. And yet now, suddenly, they've chosen to contact you. Why, it's intriguing. If nothing else, I'd take it as a compliment. The Psijics have only ever dealt with those they feel worthy. Until next time. Come on! Be prepared to defend yourself. Be prepared to defend yourself. I've never seen anything like this in Nordic ruins before. Why, just look at all these coffins. This bears closer inspection. I'd like to stay a while and examine this. I've never seen anything like this in Nordic ruins before. Why, just look at all these coffins. This bears closer inspection. I'd like to stay a while and examine this. You, however, should press on. See if you can find whatever this vision of yours mentioned. But if it is truly dangerous, be careful. Go on ahead. I'll be sure and catch up with you before long. on. I thought it high time I caught up with you. This is simply fascinating. All right, then. Well now, would you look at that? I never imagined we'd find something like this. Why is this buried so far within Saarthal? Nothing seems to work. Keep it busy. I'll try to drain some of its power. This is utterly unique. Be prepared to defend yourself. I have no idea. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. The Archmage needs to be informed immediately. He needs to see this for himself. I don't dare leave this unattended. Can you return to the college and inform Savos Aran of this discovery? Please, hurry.
going to take forever to sift through all this.
If you're working on any experiments, please clean up after yourself.
It's no secret that the college's reputation in Skyrim is tainted. Please don't tell me that another one of the apprentices has been incinerated. I have enough to deal with right now. I see. I trust that Tolfdir will provide a more specific explanation. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Tolfdir normally looks after your little group, yes? Since he's apparently occupied, and I will need to see this discovery for myself, I think perhaps you should begin researching the subject. Speak with Urag in the Arcanium. See if he's aware of anything that matches your discovery. And good work. The next time you find yourself exploring Nordic ruins, perhaps this will be helpful. Personally? No, not I. One of their number used to advise the Archmage when I was but an apprentice here. But that was a great many years ago, before all the members of the Order were called back to the Isle of Artaeum, and it disappeared entirely. All right then.
There you are. I've been trying to find you. I just wanted to let you know that Ancano's been asking about you. I think he's looking for you. I'm not sure. Just, well, mind what you tell him, all right? No. Well, I don't think so. Between the two of us, there are rumors about him. That this advisor position he has is a sham, an excuse. That what he's really doing is spying for the Thalmor, trying to feed them information. Whether it's true, I can't say. But it never hurts to be a little suspicious, does it? You're welcome. Certainly. Destruction spells come in different forms, each useful for various purposes. Concentration spells can be cast immediately, though they're weaker. Good for a tight spot and less costly if you miss. You'll also need to decide whether to devote yourself to a single type of spell. Focusing solely on flame spells will make them more powerful, but you may find yourself at a disadvantage against foes immune to fire. I can teach you, but I won't be held responsible for what you do with the knowledge. Until next time.
I think the college is due for a change in leadership.
I have many important things on my mind. Your concerns are not among them. What? Preposterous. And just the sort of thing I would expect from mages who have nothing better to do with their time. I have made it quite clear that my only role here is as an advisor to the Archmage. I would suggest that you not further spread this rumor. Are you quite sure we need to be speaking?
If you're working on any experiments, please clean up after yourself.
There you are. I've been trying to find you. I just wanted to let you know that Ancano's been asking about you. I think he's looking for you. I'm not sure. Just, well, mind what you tell him, all right? No. Well, I don't think so. Between the two of us, there are rumors about him. That this advisor position he has is a sham, an excuse. That what he's really doing is spying for the Thalmor, trying to feed them information. Whether it's true, I can't say. But it never hurts to be a little suspicious, does it? You're welcome. I can teach you, but I won't be held responsible for what you do with the knowledge. Certainly. Destruction spells come in different forms, each useful for various purposes. Concentration spells can be cast immediately, though they're weaker. Good for a tight spot and less costly if you miss. You'll also need to decide whether to devote yourself to a single type of spell. Focusing solely on flame spells will make them more powerful, but you may find yourself at a disadvantage against foes immune to fire. Mirabelle does a fine job as Master Wizard, I suppose. Still, there's always room for him. I can't...
What you learn here will last you a lifetime. Several, if you're talented. All right, then.
I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly. Are we clear? Assorted books, scrolls. I'm sure you'll find something useful. I know what you want. Word travels fast around here. Discovered some big mystery, huh? Well, you don't even need to ask. No, I don't have anything for you. Not anymore, anyway. I said not anymore. Orthorn stole a number of books when he ran off to Felglow Keep to join those summoners. Some kind of peace offering. I think one of those volumes may have had some relevant information. If you want them, you'll have to talk to Orthorn. He was an apprentice here at the college. Not very skilled, but got involved with a group of mages who took a liking to him. When they left, he took off after them. Stole supplies and books from the college, I suppose as a way to ingratiate himself. Let's just call it a difference of opinion with the college. They were interested in research that goes outside the bounds of what the college allows, so they were persuaded to leave. Not enough to bother with. Archmage Aaron's approach to these things is just to let them sort themselves out. Although now it looks like you'll be doing the sorting. Good luck with that. Until next time.
You there. I have questions for you. You were in Saarthal, yes? It has come to my attention that something was found there. I am well aware. Tolfdir is still in Saarthal, is he? I shall be expecting a full report from him when he returns. It is my job to know these things. My role as advisor to the Archmage is aided by knowing everything that transpires here. Thank you for your help. You may go now.
Can you possibly help Jazargo?
Mm-hmm.
I need your help.
I'm working on some very important research, I assure you. All right, then.
If you have a moment, could you help me with something? We're all trying to become better mages, right? Well, I need someone I can practice a few spells on. Nothing dangerous, really. Would you be willing to assist me? Well, I simply thought you might wish to help out one of your fellow mages. If that's not enough, I suppose, I have this amulet you could take. Oh, good. I was afraid I'd have to go ask Jazargo. Now, you just stand there. Please hold still, and don't move. There. Now Oh dear. That wasn't supposed to happen. Do you feel all right? You look very, green. I am so very sorry. I went over this again and again, and I was sure it would have better results. I'm not really sure. I think it's just a minor miscalculation on my part. I'm sure it will wear off soon. When it does, you'll be perfectly fine, and then we can try again. In the meantime, I'll see about figuring out what went wrong. I still need some help, if you can spare the time. At least something good came out of that trip to Saarthal. I didn't find anything but dust. So far, if only because no one is telling me how great I ought to be. I just want to learn. I don't want to think about what's expected of me. Didn't you know? Before the Oblivion Crisis, many elves called Winterhold their home. More visited the college from Morrowind every year. After, growing distrust of magic made life difficult for many. Some left rather than endure the growing hatred from the local Nords. Others returned home after the Red Year, when Vardenfell erupted and caused much destruction. Winterhold itself died in the years between then and now. What's left out there is a husk. Only the college really remains. All right then.
We shouldn't have been disturbing Saarthal, no matter what you found down there. Yes, but it needs to be kept quiet. I may have entered into an agreement with Enther. He had something I needed, so I traded him something of mine. It was a mistake, and now I want back what I gave him. It's an amulet that belonged to my family, and I never should have given it to Enther. But he won't deal with me. Talk to him. See what it'll take to get my amulet back. It doesn't matter. It's also none of your concern. Just talk to him. See if you can convince him to give my amulet back. I told you, it's from my family. I know they've always disapproved of what I wanted in life. To learn magic instead of becoming a farmer or a hunter. But no matter how poorly they may have treated me, they're still my family. I didn't consider that until after I made the trade. I know he's from the Thalmor, and that he claims to be here simply as an advisor. I also know that no one really believes that. I've been trying to avoid him, honestly. Until next time.
At least something good came out of that trip to Saarthal. I didn't find anything but dust. At least something good came out of that trip to Saarthal. I didn't find anything but dust.
It is difficult to admit, but J'zargo could still use some help. J'zargo has seen that Tolfdir likes you. You must be very skilled with magic, yes? J'zargo is working hard, but cannot do it alone. Can you help with this? J'zargo has worked hard on learning new spells, trying new things. This will make J'zargo stand out as a mage. But J'zargo works so hard, there is no time to test these new spells. If you help with the testing, this will make learning easier. J'zargo will give you scrolls. You will use them and report the results. This is a good plan, no? You tell J'zargo when you are ready. Ha! You can't resist, can you? Let's see. This one, I think. J'zargo has designed it to be an excellent flame cloak, with a twist. It is especially potent against the undead, and should burn them to a crisp in no time. J'zargo gives you plenty of these scrolls, so you try them and return when you can say whether they work. J'zargo awaits word of how well his scrolls work. I hear you found some thing in Saarthal. Do you think it could help make me a powerful mage? Jazargo is eager to hear how the scrolls are working.
I think the college is due for a change in leadership.
Urag can be very helpful. Just don't antagonize him. Well, you're certainly making a name for yourself. No more than anyone else, I don't think. They're a very old order. Predated the Imperial Mages Guild by quite a bit. In fact, the Mages Guild was founded in opposition to the idea of the Psijic Order, that only an elite few should have control over magic. No one has seen or heard from them in over 100 years now, though.
At least something good came out of that trip to Saarthal. I didn't find anything but dust. At least something exactly as I said it would. Now, are you ready to try again? I am confident it will work this time. Good, good. It'll be worth it, I assure you. Okay, now don't move at all.
Have been disturbing Saarthal,
Oh my.
no matter what you
That isn't
found
right.
out.
Just wait. I can fix this. Oh no, that's not it. Let me try again. This really isn't turning out the way I'd hoped. I'll get it right this time. I swear. There. All better. Well, it all worked out in the end, didn't it? Oh, no, it hasn't. Let's be honest. I have a long way to go before I'm ready for the kind of advanced magic I've been attempting. But at least I know where to start now. Thank you. You've been a great help to me. Until next time.
my favorite drinking buddy. Let's get some mead.
My days at the college are long behind me. Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them. Mm-hmm.
Ours is the only family left that truly cares what happens to Winterhold.
I don't care how many colleges they build, or how much the sea swallows up. I'll outlast them all.
What you learn here will last you a lifetime. Several if you're talented.
Urag can be very helpful. I understand you're the one that found this orb in Saarthal.
Let me give you a bit of advice. So did Delvin send you again, or are you here on your own this time? Business. Business is actually inconsequential to me. I share little of your lust for coin. However, as promised, I'll still be more than happy to take any stolen merchandise off your hands. Purposely killing your fellow college members is a bad idea. I'd advise against it. Theft and assault can get you into trouble as well. As for research, well, a sufficient explanation will cover almost anything. If you're going to need live test subjects for your experiments, it's easier to do that off of college grounds. Shh. All right, let's not overdo it. Meet me in my quarters.
We shouldn't have been disturbing Saarthal, no matter what you found down there. Mm-hmm.
I think the college is due for a change in leadership.
We shouldn't have been disturbing Saarthal, no matter what you found down there.
I'm always on the lookout for all sorts of goods. Bring me whatever you find, and I'll see what I can do.
You shouldn't have been disturbing
Carlia,
Saarthal,
if you
no
see
matter
her.
what you found down there. We shouldn't have been disturbing Saarthal, no matter what you found down there.
Taking me up on my offer, eh? Good. I'm always on the lookout for all sorts of goods. Bring me whatever you find, and I'll see what I can do. Taking me up on my offer. I'm always on the lookout for all... I hope you've got some coin. Let's just take a look, then. give special rates to members of the Thieves Guild. Show me what you've got. Oh my, how precious. Onmund is too afraid to deal with me himself, and so he's sent you. I'll make this very simple for you. All my trades are final. Onmund knew this ahead of time and went through with it anyway. So there's nothing more to be said. Look how persistent you are. It's charming, really. Onmund gave up the first time I said no, but not you. All right, I'll tell you a little story. Let's pretend for a moment that a certain individual was looking to acquire a particular staff. Let's also pretend that he traded some valuable items for said staff. And it was only later that it was realized that this individual might misuse such a staff. The resulting disaster would reflect quite poorly on everyone involved. Are you following me? You're not very good at this, are you? Look, I traded a staff to someone and found out later that was a bad idea, so I'd like the staff back. Understand now? It's an entirely different situation. I don't expect you to comprehend the nuances of these matters. Regardless, I'm making you a very simple offer. You get me the staff, and I give you Onmund's precious amulet. Do we have a deal? Yes. I thought we'd gotten past that bit already. Onmund's amulet in exchange for my staff. Finally, we have an agreement. I look forward to having it back soon. The sooner the better, in fact. Give my regards to Carlia if you see her.